Joined by Peter McQuarrie, CEO of Exim Australia, and we are focusing on the crude oil prices because today evening, our time, or when US markets open, there are expectations that the US could come out with an announcement about a coordinated release of strategic petroleum reserves, and that is exactly what the markets are watching out for. If that doesn't happen, you might be looking at some buying coming back into the markets, but as I said, much depends on who all is part of this coordinated release and whether or not China, India, South Korea and Japan are going to be part of this. Peter, what is your sense? Because in expectation of this, in anticipation of this, we already have seen the crude oil prices correct quite a bit from its highs. What is your sense on what US could really be coming up with?
Well, Manisha, first off, if they do go ahead with this, and I think that that's going to certainly strain relations between Washington and Riyadh, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit further softness. We've got $76 or close enough for WTI. We're sitting on just $79 for Brent. So there's every chance, Manisha, you could wipe a couple of bucks off it quite quickly. Also take into consideration, we've got very, very strong US dollar index sitting at about 96.5. So all of these moving parts, you look at that big strategic play, South Korea, Japan, India, China. It's a big, big movement, and I'm just waiting to see what impact it has to NYMEX tonight.
Peter, the markets, there is a belief that this really could be a token coordinated release. Are you expecting big numbers from any of these countries, really?
Well, I think it is. It's taken weeks of planning, Manisha. Look, the consumer is being hemorrhaged, and that is very conscious as far as Main Street. We're conscious as far as businesses. We're conscious as far as the drivers all over the world, crisscrossing nations and the consumption patterns. So it's being heard in the wallet and the purse. There is no doubt that inflation story is out of control and the consumer's being burnt. So this is the story. This is where we want some sort of respite. India's perfect test case for this, high energy prices and what impact it has to domestic economy. So, yeah, it's certainly a lot of pain out there. And that's why they're moving forward with this strategic approach.
Also, do you see this move as, putting further pressure on OPEC and allies? They also have a meeting in the next week, so much would depend on what conspires today in the evening, and that is how OPEC would take a reaction as well.
Well, exactly right. That thought as far as Washington versus Riyadh and what impact this is going to have, this will go straight into the arm of Riyadh within minutes. So there will be the storyline on how that envelope's up to OPEC Plus and what the countermeasures are going to be and how those moves are going to be interpreted. So, yeah, there's many moving parts to this, and this is really a show of force. So that's why it's a very important move, and that's why I'll be glued to the screens tonight and watching NYMEX the whole session and what Biden says, because it could swing markets very violently, very, very quickly, Manisha.
Oh, well, absolutely. I'm assuming India would also be keeping awake late in the night today, understanding on what really US comes out with. But, Peter, there are also statements on instead of US pressurizing OPEC and allies, why hasn't the shale gas output being forced to increase? Because we are looking at very flat reactions to that one, even as the crude oil prices are up by nearly 58% right now.
Well, exactly right, Manisha. I can't understand it. I mean, these wildcatters must be rubbing their hands with glee, considering they're nearly getting $80 for a barrel of WTI. So you would have thought that was the Biden New Green Deal. Under the Trump administration, I reckon you would have been pumping 14 million barrels a day. But they're still saying it's quite healthy. But the whole story is shale. There's that much crude there in the States. And we're all still driving cars that are needing petrol. So there's the story, and I think the demand is very strong globally. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe more of those wildcatters coming back online as far as the shale side.
So, Peter, there is one thing to watch out for today in the evening, our time, and that is on who all joins this coordinated release program. How much quantity are we looking at, and for how much period is it going to be spread over? Are you putting any guesses out there?
Well, they said the states are looking at about 35 million, and that's out of the SPR, the Strategic Reserve, the Petroleum Reserve, Manisha. You add a few more to that, you could be at 60, 80, 100 million barrels quite quickly. And then you've got to see, that's only the first part of it. Then you've got to see the retaliatory action. I think you'll see something said within 24 hours from OPEC Plus, and then what happens to price. And there we look at what do the traders do? Where are the commercial players playing in all of this and all of those stories? So, yeah, it's going to be very violent as far as volatility, and that's a time for traders to make a dollar, Manisha.
Absolutely. So it is going to be a very, very interesting evening today, as and when we do hear that announcement on what all countries have joined in, what is the quantum of this, what is the period for this, and that would really drive on where the crude prices will go for the very near term. Thank you so much, Peter, for joining us with that.